You're listening to the VRverse, a virtual reality podcast where two friends talk all things VR. Now, let's join your hosts, the VR Realm and Dr. Oculus.
And welcome to episode 28 of the VRverse. Once again, we're joined by the lovely co-host, Dr. Oculus.
Hey, folks.
This month, we're joined by special guest Alberto from MyDearest.
Hello.
I'm just here to talk about stuff they work on, games they're working on, games they've released, general VR, and then just get ideas of things.
We're not gonna talk about X-Men 97 because it's awesome.
I'm old enough to have experienced X-Men 97 in 97, and I've not been back down that memory lane. I am too busy with VR, to be fair. I don't seem to do anything else with my life when I sit back and look at it. I've had Helldivers too. I've played it maybe 2 or 3 times, and then just never gone back to it. As I don't know, maybe it's just not grabbed me, but yeah, so much going on in the world.
I get you. It's we have limited time, so we have to decide: are we gonna watch shows? Are we gonna play VR games? Are we gonna play PC games? Are we gonna make VR games?
Unlike me, who finally did what I'd aimed for and finished Final Fantasy 16 last night. 49 hours.
I still don't think I've ever finished a single one of them. I got to the end of the end of the game boss on 8, and then it was too hard, and I had to go back and redo so many hours of work to put that right. I was like, I'm done.
To be fair, nowadays, when some people say like, "Oh, this game is too short, it sucks." I don't want to play 150 hours games. I don't have that time. When I see a game, it's like 5 hours to complete. I'm like, yeah, that's good, perfect.
Yeah.
3 hours, $20. Yeah, give me that.
Yeah. When I was a little kid, I had little money and a lot of time. So if a game took me 100 hours, I'd be like, this is amazing. And now I'm old and I have money and no time. I want my games to be like 20 minutes. I need them to be short so I can say I finished it and then move on to the next one. It stopped me from playing Cyberpunk. It stopped me from playing Elden Ring. Red Dead Redemption, like so many games that I know I need to start an entire second life to play. I've still not even tried I've played a little bit, but not even scratched the surface of Fallout 4. And now the TV show's out, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, I think this is like playing Fallout 4 will be useful." And I'm like, "Oh man, I'd not played that game."
Yeah, that's that's a good thing about like online games. Like you want you have like a 30 minutes, and you want to play as a quick match and call it a day. You can't play, even if you want to, you can't play for 3-4 hours. It's like I'm gonna play a couple of matches and call it a day. Just get that adrenaline pump at the end of the day after job, and then just have dinner, relax a little bit, and go to bed. So you can do that with Brazen Blaze.
You can indeed. Although the downside is that after you finish one game, you're like, just one more. And then it becomes 3 more, which becomes 5 more. And then before you know it, the resting before going to bed is gone. And now it's just, I need to go to bed.
The game is good. So I hope that happens with Brazen Blaze.
The funny thing was, I think the first alpha of Brazen Blade, I always call it the wrong thing. I was untouchable. I felt like a superstar, and then by about the third one, I was like, couldn't get one kill. I was like, oh god, people are getting too good now.
Yeah. In fact, that was a big issue. That was a big issue with the previous open beta, because we have people that played. I think we even had like a closed session for the community when the community was extremely small, like really, really small. I think it was like last summer. People played like a couple of days. It was a weekend. Then we had the alpha. Then we had a special like a Christmas play session, another weekend, and then the 1 week open beta. And the thing is, some people played all of them, and they are freaking good. So what happened? Once we started the open beta, we got like many new people coming to the game for the first time, and they're like, "Oh, this looks cool. I'm gonna play." They got killed in like 10
Yeah.
seconds, and it sucked because it was like you get killed and you can't do anything. And we checked the numbers, we saw the comments, we got the feedback, and we were like, okay, something is not working because this is not good. So that's why we added like a new mode for new people. Even if you get killed, you have like a respawn system, so that's gonna be fine. Be able to play a little bit more. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, but that was an
Yeah.
issue. Like people getting destroyed in seconds.
Yeah, it's the reason why I won't play the likes of like your Call of Duties and that, because there are people that have time. They will spend hours, days just learning the maps and playing the game and getting really, really good. And then I go in, newbie, it's got 20 minutes of the end of the day, just get absolutely destroyed. I'm like, this isn't fun. Like nobody's having fun when they're constantly losing. So that's why the likes of matchmaking is very important. But I think most people do the whole matchmaking thing at the back end of development anyway. Like you get the bare bones, you get running well, then you sort out the matchmaking later. So
but then again,
that makes
we're
sense.
talking about like a VR. It's not like when you're like having like a game, like let's say like a PC with cross-platform with like a PlayStation stuff like that. Like I don't know if Apex have like a cross-platform, but like a Valorant, Overwatch, and games like that. Like you have like hundreds of thousands of people playing at the same time. So the matchmaking works, and you have people playing from all around the world. What happens with VR? Even if you have like a big community, it's going to be focused on some countries. We are talking about like a VR users, like I think like 70% of the people is from the States. So if you are in Asia or if you're in Europe and you want to play at a certain time, there are not going to be so many people online. And even if the game has like a matchmaking system, and so you get match with someone at your level, you don't have enough people because most of the player base from the States and they're sleeping or working.
Yeah.
So, and it's not like a PC or PlayStation or Xbox with a huge player base. We are growing, but we are still small. So sometimes it sucks a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. It's multiplayer in VR is quite difficult, I think. It grabs some people.
Yeah.
And some games really, really take off, and then other games they can become a little bit of a ghost town because of this, and it's a shame.
So happy to see it. That's simply we just don't realize, but it's like every single company is just throwing service games, live service games. We notice the games that work, but there are so many games, online games, multiplayer games that don't work on PC, PlayStation, mobile.
I mean, for example, look at Foam Stars that PlayStation released. Like, was like their take of, what's the one on Nintendo? Splatoon, and that just hasn't.
Splatoon.
That just died. They give it away free, and the servers still weren't populated on that very much.
Yeah, I think cross-platform multiplayer definitely helps.
Yeah,
the fact that you can diversify and get so many different people in is going to be a huge thing. So that's always good, but it's risk reward, and it's at the end of the day, the games that rise to the top aren't they're not cheating the system. They're just going to the top because they're good games with good communities.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's all it
There's
is.
not like a magic formula, like this game had like a huge marketing campaign. There are multiplayer games, even single player games with huge marketing campaigns, and they fail. And some games that expand, I'm not gonna say nothing, but not so much. The marketing campaigns, they become a success because they are just good. I mean, that's how you get a successful game, making a good game.
Yeah.
So I've just thought we started about Brazen Blade. We didn't even Blaze, but we didn't even explain what it is to people who don't know. And just thought people probably don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, let's talk about Brazen Blade. Yeah, good
Yeah.
point. Good point. I know that topic. I can talk about that.
So it's a
So
3v3 hero shooter, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got 1v1 mode now, right?
Oh yeah. So yeah, that was the thing. We have several game modes. I mean, we are recording this before the open beta. So maybe some mods are gonna be not all the time active or anything like that. So I don't know which one is gonna be active right now. But we because of the feedback from the previous open beta, it was 3 versus 3. Like if you die, you're done. You can just watch the match, but you can't do anything. And now we are gonna have 2 extra modes. One with spawn system. It's like you're gonna have like 3 lives and everything. It's like the whole team is gonna have like a lives so if you get killed, it's gonna be fine at a certain point because you are gonna respawn. And then we have like a 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1. So you can play alone against another 3 people. Just then again, we use spawn system. We are just trying new things, new mode. Maybe for release, for the newcomers, they start with this 1 versus 1 versus, I don't know how to call it, 1 versus 1 versus 1 versus 1 mod.
I guess it's just deathmatch, isn't it? The
yeah.
full definition.
Yeah. Maybe on release, depending on the reception on the feedback, that's something we really appreciate, the feedback. The newcomers will start with the deathmatch mode, and then after some matches, once they get the controls, the basic, they are going to be able to unlock the 3 versus 3, the team matches.
Yeah.
It's
So, yeah.
and that's something that you've done quite well. You are very community focused, which is something that I absolutely love. You've listened to the community every step of the way, which is so important to do, because people that have ignored the community in the past, as we mentioned before, it doesn't go well for them. So I love that you are certainly paying attention to the community in this, and I can't wait to see that. I've seen it in one of its earliest stages where walls didn't look like walls, and I can't wait to see when it actually comes out to see how it looks as well. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I seriously don't understand the developer that don't want to listen to the community. It's like dude, you're making the game for these people, and these people is telling you we want this. I mean, there are some stuff that obviously it's impossible because of technical issues. Because at the end of the day, you are a company. It's like, give me your game for free. It's like, yeah, but I have to pay my rent, please. But there's some logical and really, really good feedback from the community. So there's absolutely no reason not to listen to it. Like pride. It's like, no, I think this is gonna be better if we do it like this. The people who wants to play the game, who wants to buy the game, is telling you, please do it. Do it like this, because if you do it, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
So it's like, listen to the community is something so basic. Sometimes I don't understand that we pride some developers have, not listening to the community. Like they think they know better.
Yeah, I think some people get too close. It's because many people are in virtual reality not to become super mega rich and famous, but just out of pure love of the platform, and so they make it very personal when they're making their games, which I get. I mean, it is you live, sweat, eat, breathe this project, and then for somebody to give you constructive feedback can be quite hurtful, I suppose. But at the end of the day, it's how you deal with that is what's going to make or break you, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and as you said, like a VR, it's still like a small industry. I think VR developers, VR players, we are at the same level. Because VR developers, we are VR players, and some VR players are VR developers in some aspect. Some of them work on mods, some of them do stuff on VR chat, some of them do crazy stuff. But the love we have for the industry is we just want this to be huge, players and developers, and we are working together.
Yeah.
Is it wrong that I a little bit don't want it to be huge? Because when it becomes huge, you end up with everybody coming in, and not everybody's going to love it like we do. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
the more the merrier.
I understand that point. Not huge, but let's say bigger.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, I want all the lovely people to come to VR. Everybody that's going to love VR, you come over here. People that are going to be evil and mean and toxic, just I don't need you.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
You're gonna get the people.
Yeah, that's it.
Doesn't matter. It happens. But it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Haters gonna hate.
Haters gonna hate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been interesting, obviously, because we've both been involved in the early stage of testing Brazen Blaze. And like Doc was saying, the first time we went in, when me and him went in together, it was a case there was no official character models. The buildings they just didn't have the proper textures on stuff. And then obviously you go in later when you've added the character models, they've added all the texture work, and it was just seeing that jump in those parts was massive.
Yeah. All right, the early. Oh my god, the early.
It really blew me away. The last beta, when I jumped into that, I was just like, wow. Okay, because typically I don't like to get involved with games early. I backed and have had access to lo-fi ever since Kickstarter, but I'm like, I don't want to touch this until it's ready. I don't want to touch lo-fi in its early stages. I don't want to play it in small bits. I want to play the finished product. So even though I've had access, not been anywhere near it. And so this, coming back to Brazen Blaze, it was something that I had that very early access, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm loving seeing the progression.
So fun. I think we published the blog some weeks ago on Steam, talking about the early stages of development of Brazen Blaze. And I remember before even we had a prototype, I don't know if you remember the project gathering when we pitched 3 games to the community. Like, okay, which game do you? And it was like it was just a PDF, like a PowerPoint and some like a concept trailer. We didn't have anything. We just had ideas. It's like, which one do you want us to make? It's like we want your feedback even before we start the project. We got it. Then that's how Brazen Blaze started. And it's so nice seeing how it's evolving and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Yes, I remember like last month I have a voice recording session. We are working with Site Global, for the characters in the game and everything. And I think it was the second or third one. And it was so magical because I was listening to the voice talents, and because it wasn't the first time, because I played the game with those voices, I wasn't listening to the actors. I was listening to the characters, and I was like, "Oh, this is happening! This is awesome!"
the characters start to come alive in that session. Yeah,
It's so amazing, and it's like just seeing like the small little of course you have like the graphical aspect, but just adding like details to the map, new characters, future characters. I mean, we have like a planning for everything, seeing the skins for the characters. Finally, we have the skins, even stupid things like we added like a champagne, firecrackers. For people to mess up, just the small things. It's like getting bigger and bigger and bigger step by step, and making games is awesome.
I can't say it is because I have no idea, but developers are my rock stars. They're my movie stars. They're the people that I really I idolize them. I can't understand anybody to going hate to shine the light on the trolls, but anybody that's gonna be like, you changed my game, I hate you, I'm going to do evil things. I just don't understand that. That's like getting angry at Tom Cruise for making a movie you didn't like, and I'm like, why? Like, these people are legends. You don't do this kind of thing. So I love the passion and everything that's going into making these games. Every chance I get, I want to just shake the hand of every VR dev I can, because you guys are amazing. I mean,
we are many. We are many. We keep growing. I love this. We keep.
Oh yeah.
Every single month I knew like a new people. It's like, when I thought I knew all the developers, and I know many developers. Then all of a sudden, like, there's this company I didn't know about. It's like, yeah, they are making a new game. Like, for example, the company behind like Big Shots. I didn't know them. From Belgium. Really nice people. And yeah, I didn't know them. I talked with them. About the publishing, I mean, the publishing thing is not my side of my line of work, but talking and having beers with people is kind of my thing. Yeah, it's like the VR community, not only the users, also the developers. We are getting bigger. We are more people, and it's so much fun just hanging out with everyone, exchanging like opinions, feedback, thoughts. It's so helpful.
So what made you move over to like Brazen Blades? Because obviously before that you were known for, well, I knew you from your visual novel type games, and then suddenly it was like, we're making a shooter, and I was like, this came out of the blue. Where's this come from?
It's because we hate ourselves now. Okay, yeah, visual novel, following game, yeah, multiplayer action game. No, the thing is, so it kind of makes sense, because if you think about it, it's a little bit weird, but because my dearest started with the concept of telling stories.
Yeah.
So that's why we started with there's like some really early games, but let's say like Tokyo Chronos was like one of the biggest one. Visual novel in VR, because it was a new medium to tell stories. It's like you can be in the story, you can become part of the story. So that's gonna be even stronger than PC or like any other system. And then Aldeus, next step. Then with this Chronia, we had a little bit more like interactive stuff. But we wanted to keep telling stories, but in a different way. So we had like the visual novel genre. We know how to do it, but it's like we can't tell this kind of stories in another way. The easiest way will be like just making like some kind of action single player game. But we thought with single player games you tell one story with a beginning and an end. With a multiplayer game, you don't have an end. You have a story that's gonna keep growing and growing, getting bigger. You're gonna have more characters. You're gonna have like a world setting with several layers that you're gonna be showing those layers step by step, one by one after the time, and you're gonna have the community even being part of that story. They're gonna give you some ideas that you're gonna be able to apply. It's like in Overwatch. Remember, I think it was Doomfist. The developers they didn't plan to add Doomfist to the game, but it was because the community was like, oh yeah, it will be so cool to have this character in the game, and then they say like, okay, we'll make it. So it was the community, it was the players made that happen, and that's a way to tell stories. The completely different way, and we wanted that challenge.
Yeah.
Wasn't Doomfist? Did the Terry Crews reference come before or after the creation?
It was like a so for Doomfist. It was the Doomfist like the thing, the hand, the gauntlet. It was in the first trailer of Overwatch. He was mentioned, and then after that, people started talking about like, oh yeah, Terry Crews will be great and all. But yeah, it was weird. It's like the character was kind of made by the players.
Yeah. Overwatch was I played a bit. I played a little bit. I gave it more time than most other multiplayer PvP games. But I'm not up on the everything with it. But as I say, of the multiplayer games, that one is the one that captured me the most. And then, as I said, the community got toxic, and I walked away. But...
Yeah, I think you can see like some like Overwatch aspects in Breath and Blaze. Like you will have like like ultimate moves, stuff like that. We have like a character for different countries, all of them a little bit different. You have Broken Riot from the UK, you have like a Legacy from Colombia, you have a Skyborg from Switzerland. Yeah.
So, so one thing I was impressed with playing the alpha was the winning punch. When you just punch someone out the stuff. It's fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. That was something. This is the thing about Breath and Blaze. Like it's not like a one person idea. It's like many people ideas. Like you have some people that added like there was like I think the director of the game he really wanted to have like a destructible environment. And everybody was like, okay, that's gonna destroy the FPS, but he was like, no, that's fine. Just let me handle. For the finishing moves, I don't remember who said that. I think it was kind of like a collective thing, like like a Mortal Kombat, Injustice. That's so freaking cool. Everybody loves that. Like we go, how was it? I mean, all the games. Anyway, yes, it's just cool having like a finishing move at the end. It's like, okay, let's do that. Let's do that. That's gonna be fun.
That moment, it's kind of like yeeting somebody out of the arena in Smash Brothers or something like that, where you just they're beaten. I do fear, and I know I'm going to see it at some point, where somebody who's clearly way better at the game than me, I'm just stood there, just stunned, and they're just going to be stood there dancing before just uppercutting me out of the arena, and I'm going to be like, damn you. I know it's going to happen. I know it.
That was a thing with the finishers that we wanted to be careful, because when you do a finisher in another game, usually, I mean, it's always cool. You are doing it, you are winning, of course it's cool. But when you are getting it done, sometimes it sucks. Like, So we wanted to be fun for both sides. Even, okay, you lost, but you're just gonna see this cool stuff. So enjoy it. Like you're gonna see like get it bounce out to space, and you're gonna see the Earth, and it's like, oh, I'm in space, and well, I'm gonna die, but that was cool.
Yeah, I agree. It's like when I was with when went back for the second alpha, and people who played the first alpha more than me were just hammering me on that. I enjoyed it, but I was like, I'm actually getting to see the other side of it. Like, because originally I was all right. I'm getting to see me fly out the Earth. I'm getting to see this big trophy fall on my head and stuff. I'm getting to see all this sort of stuff.
It's also the age-old, you don't get better at chess by playing people you can beat.
Yeah.
So just keep plugging away, and you will certainly see things, and you will get better. That's the thing. That's what it is. It's I suppose casual and ranked is probably one of the areas where things will happen, where you have people that really take it seriously, and they'll just hammer the ranked so they can climb the leaderboards. and then the casual players that just jump in. That's what I used to do with Overwatch. Was mostly I'd never touch the ranked. I would just go for the casual.
Yeah, me too. I just wanted to have even Overwatch 2 with the battle pass. I just wanted just playing for the skins and stuff like that. I wasn't going for the rank because I just want to have a quick, nice, not toxic fun.
Yeah.
But some people like being a competitive, working as a team, just ranking up.
Yeah, it's my teenage years with Call of Duty, clan gaming on Call of Duty. Although we didn't take it super serious, we had serious members who wanted to, and we just. But we managed to make it work. A mix of people who played clan games casually and a mix of people who played it serious. You just depended on the serious ones to pull you through matches.
Yeah, you still have a taste for everyone. You want to be a hardcore, competitive, going for the rank, that's fine. If you just want to have some matches and call it today, you just have some dumb fun, yeah, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be a one or the other.
Yeah,
I can remember. I think it was the dev sessions, and I think you actually carried me and Paul through against some of the other developers on those sessions. So yeah, I'm more carried than the carrier sort of thing in these kinds of things, but just out what you get out of it, isn't it? That's the main thing. If you're having fun, that's what counts.
one thing I like about the way we've handled it as well is with the destructible environments, the stages getting smaller. Like the serious players can't choose. I know this spot's easier to defend. I'll go and defend this spot because there's a chance what's around them's getting knocked down. Oh, their part of the stage is going to fall.
Yeah, that was also one thing that happened. I think it was in early development when we were trying several modes. So we have the usual protect the flag, protect the area, take the flag, capture the flag thing. But the thing is, everybody was you have all the time the 6 players just in the same area, not using the other map. They died, they respawn, and they went straight to to that area. So all the action was just in a small place. So we wanted to have people just going to the full map. But what happens if it's gonna be open all the time, the matches are gonna be extremely long, and you don't want that in VR. In VR, we wanted to keep the matches short, not too short. We are not talking a 1 minute or something like that, but not one match, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. Because this is not busy.
Yeah.
So one of the ways was just forcing the players to kill each other, just making the map smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's a stroke of genius because, as we were saying earlier about we've all probably played those games where you go out, you buy the game, you grab your aim controller, and then you sit in a lobby for 20 minutes. Whereas if you are making the games cycle faster, the chance of being left in a lobby and just doing nothing dramatically reduced. It's another sort of it's a really great thing that's being added, and much to the benefit. And then it can become part of your tactics as well as just trying to, because when you're under attack, you're moving back, you can push people into those spaces and they have to either come at you and potentially die or fall off the map to potentially die. So it can be, it's just all part and parcel of the game. It adds another element to it, to the tactics, that's just, I think it's fantastic. And I have seen people do crazy Smash Brothers like survivals where they're sort of falling off the map and you kind of write them off, and then it's like, wait, how did they get back? Because they use their ultimate at the exact right time to boost infinitely. And I do like that feature. I really do like that feature.
It's the last moment when everything is falling, everybody just doing Dragon Ball Z battle punching each other through the air, one trying to fly higher. It's like, no, I'm gonna use my ult. No, I'm gonna use my boost. Just at the right moment. It's fun. I love that kind of moment.
Like being on the opposite side of it as well.
It's a thing, like it's fighting like for example, in the because it's RNG. It's not like it's not always the same area that's falling down. It's like so you are not getting used to that. Like, okay, after 30 seconds, this area is gonna be out, so I have to move to that one. Etc. No, you don't know which area is gonna fall down.
Yeah.
So you have to adapt. And maybe you're fighting against someone, and then you say like, oh, shit, this area is gonna fall down. And it's like, okay, we'll fight later, but I'm gonna go over there.
Because it's like works both ways around, because it's good to try and knock people off, but then also when you're in it, if you manage to pull off that move where you manage to keep yourself in, like maybe you just manage your last boost to get hold of the edge of the arena to pull yourself in, you just feel like a badass. Because again, you to see that person you're going for is think, oh well, they're falling off, and like move away, and then you like pop up from, because you manage to grab hold of the edge, pop up and start shooting them in the back, and the panic there just suddenly start boosting because they don't know where it's coming from, because I think it's not you.
Yeah.
It's very.
That's absolutely nailed it. That's absolutely what it is. Yeah. Whenever I think about VR, because I've been gaming for decades at this point, I think about the tentpole moments are the ones that make me feel different than I've ever felt in another game before. It may not strike you as one of the best ever games on VR, but Windlands 2 gave me a feeling, it gave me a sensation, it made me feel like a total badass like no other game has ever done. And it was after dying, after failing no less, on the first boss of Windlands 2, I died and it respawns you a few trees back. So I'm jumping up, I'm swinging along, and then I'm flying towards the boss, and I pull an arrow out, and I'm shooting the boss while flying through the air, and I'm like, I cannot do this anywhere else. I cannot get this experience anywhere else. And that's exactly what you're on about. That moment in Brazen Blades where you manage to claw your way back from nowhere, and you're just like, I am an absolute badass. And that's exactly what it is about VR for me.
When you feel the protagonist of some kind of like a badass anime or anything like that, it's like, oh my gosh. I mean, when you do that on PlayStation or like a PC, that's cool. But it's the character who's doing it. You're just pressing buttons.
Yeah.
You are the one doing it. Okay, yeah, you're pressing buttons too, but this is you. You are the badass. It's not Kratos the badass. You are the badass doing that. And it feels so freaking good.
It does. It really does.
So one thing I'm always interested with hero shooters, it'd probably be good to hear from like a developer side. Balancing must be a big workaround. Balancing characters so one's not too overpowered.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it's already. I mean, it's so hard making even like a new characters, because a big character has to be different. They have to be fun, and they have to be balanced. That's one of the reasons. That's something that's gonna help a lot during the open beta. Yes, balancing the characters. We got several patches for the characters, like HP, damage, boost, many things before like just releasing them to the public with this open beta. During the testing, we had like even change of like skills and everything. But yeah, I think that you know what, that's something I kind of like of online games, like live service games. When I'm playing, and this is mobile, but like I play a lot of Marvel Snap. I kind of love I'm excited when you get a new patch, balancing patch. You get some character buffed, you get some characters nerfed, and sometimes it sucks because it's like, oh, I really like to use this character, but then you get this random character you didn't play with because he can. I mean, he was cool, but he kind of sucked, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, he's good now, and you play it, and it becomes kind of like a new game.
Yeah.
So it's so fun, that kind of aspect. Even if when you have like a new character that, and it's gonna happen in the future when we release Breathing Blaze and we are like a new character. I'm pretty sure one of the characters is gonna be like a 2 week or 2 OP. That's gonna happen and it's gonna be bad, but that's fine. Because that's part of this kind of the enjoy how you enjoy this kind of games.
Yeah.
I'm not a massive numbers nerd, but I'm very, very curious. I would love to watch the way, because as we were saying, the community definitely shapes things, and I think character balancing, I think, is one of those things that never ends. I'm pretty sure even up until the release of Overwatch 2, they were still balancing characters in Overwatch 1, constantly doing it. And I would love to watch the numbers that, even though people may not potentially voice a particular opinion, you'll see people slowly start to migrate towards one character because that character is very obviously superior in one small way that gives people an advantage. So you'll be able to see those numbers and be like, okay, we need to just knock them down a little bit, and then watch the community just shift like a flock of birds through the numbers. I would love to sort of just have a little bit of time just watching that happen. But that excites me a little bit.
Yeah, all the things are usually like all the balance things are usually, of course, part of the community feedback, but like the comments on like Discord, Reddit, and everything. But it's mostly with the numbers, like you check the win rate, the damage, and everything. And sometimes a character that was okay, then all of a sudden the meta changed, and the character that was balanced, even if you didn't change the character, now the character, because of the meta, isn't balanced, and you have to pass it. Like, okay, this character had like a win rate of, let's say, like a 30 would be bad, like a 50. And all of a sudden you have a new meta for whatever, like a new game mode, new character, or just the community going crazy because they found that this character and this character are very good working together, so they just play more with that. And then you have a win rate of 80 with the character. It's like, oh, wow, we have to nerf that. That's
Yeah.
And I like those games that maybe they're like the story based kind of games where they're like 87% of people chose to murder Henry, and then you get to see that number at the end. The developer actually says, we've been tracking this, and this is what you did, and this is what everybody else did. I love those tiny little bits, silly little things that impress me in games, and that's one of them.
I love that. What was the game? It was like Life is Strange do that kind of stuff. The stuff like all of them. Like the other, I was the name of the game is like one that was like a robbery in a gas station. But it's like and just like 80% chose this, 2% chose this, and sometimes when you are part of the 2%, you're like, I'm special. I'm one of those.
I think that's what it is. 2%. I think you did something fairly similar for one of the early open betas, right? Didn't you be like, oh yeah, 80?
Oh yeah.
People did this, and
but I mean, it was like a choice. It was like the characters, the percentage of people picking up the character, some weapons and everything. That's fun. That's fun. Like, and sometimes they give you some surprises because when you are developing the game, it's like, oh yeah, people is gonna just play this character, and all the things like, oh, actually, they're playing more this character. Okay, cool. Sometimes they find a way to play with the characters different than we play. And it's even better. So but it was quite balanced. I think in the previous one, Velvet was a little bit weak in that aspect, and the pick rate and everything. I think we buffed her a little bit. Oh yeah, we had like some buffed for the open beta. We'll have.
So yeah, it's definitely different. It's interesting with these type of games, like you said, you sort of see other people's playstyles. I think when I was on one of the alphas, I came up against sorry, I forgot the character's name, but the guy with the big shield, like
Legacy.
Legacy, and I've seen someone use him in a way I've never seen anybody use it before, and I was like, I didn't know what to do. Every time I came up to him, I was like, I've got a tactic in mind when I go up against Legacy, but this person played it so different to anyone I've ever seen. I was just like, I've got no clue how I can actually beat you.
I play Legacy with a gun. That's my meta. It's everybody was playing like a Legacy with a shield, to protect, but then just going melee. I was like, I have a gun, like the small one, but I was like, because nobody expected that character with a gun. I was like, aha, I'm gonna run away. Like, I have a gun. Now you're dead. And that was my meta. Legacy with a gun. It's like in Overwatch, all of a sudden, like a Reinhardt just shows like a magnum. It's like, I'm gonna shoot you. It's like, what? Reinhardt, do that.
But yeah, that was like you watch him as well, and you think, I'm gonna learn. That's how I want to start playing with that character. And you try and learn it, and sometimes it's success, sometimes like I've still got no idea how they manage it.
Oh, and Sunshine. That happened to me with Sunshine, the robot. That we added during the previous open beta on the second half. I'm really bad with him, but I saw some players that using the bomb, the grenade, just to grenade jump, and they were so freaking fast. They're flying around the map like crazy. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you could play the character like that. Then I started picking the character and just getting a little bit better. But yeah. It's like when you see someone, you see a character in some way that you didn't think, well, like a moment, it's like, oh wow, that's clever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it.
So it's not always a success, but when it is, you're like, yes. When it isn't, you're like, I still don't understand how we're doing it. But obviously they've learned that character that well.
Yeah, I usually always go back to my main character because that's the one I used to. It's like, I'm gonna try this character. It's like, what better with this other character?
Mm.
It's always like a almost like a rock paper scissors kind of thing with hero shooters, where you do expect you've got the larger characters that are slow, and then the faster characters that don't take much damage, but they can deal it if you use them right. So then you can use that, and then, like you were saying, when you come across somebody that's using the character differently, all of a sudden you have to change on the fly. And I don't have the brain for that. My brain just doesn't function that way. I don't have a tactical bone in my body. I truly don't. I'm terrible. My tactic is go in, do the best I can, and then hopefully it works out. Which, as you both frequently found throughout play sessions, that it doesn't go well for me. But that's fine, because as I say, if you're having fun, then yeah, that's what counts, I think.
I mean, we're playing games. It's about having fun, and some people have fun, like as I said, like on a competitive way, just ranking and being extra serious about everything. And then it's like people like you and me that we just want to have like just some dumb fun and just some badass moments and some like, oops, I suck moments. Yes, sorry, team, I'm bad.
But it's like someone who plays, I play a lot of shooters. Well, I used to. I don't really now. I really enjoy Brave because it gave me something different. Where I jump between like contractors, population one, standout. They're all like military shooters.
Yeah, that was the thing with the Brazen Blaze. We have many sort of VR. I mean, and that's a thing we have a lot in VR. One is zombies, for some reason. We have many zombies.
Yep.
Zombie games. We
Many.
have
Many zombies.
Well, we have three. Two is like a FPS. We have like military games like CS, and they're also, don't get me wrong, Ghost of Tabor is amazing. Breachers, oh my god, I love Breachers, Contractors, all of that. And they're awesome. We also have a little bit too many roguelikes, but I mean, but the thing is, we didn't want it to make another shooter because we have many and they're awesome. We are not gonna make anything new, just making another FPS. We wanted to have a game with guns because, I mean, it's fun. It's like, no, let's give it like a, like a So instead of shooting people as the main mechanic, let's go with punching people.
Yeah,
It's a bit different.
it
And it's
is.
easy.
Which, you've given us so much of your time already. I don't want to go past today without touching the big shots.
Oh yeah.
Because that is now out. It's been out for about a week.
Yeah.
I've actually been fortunate enough. We're recording this. Those of you that don't know, we're pre-recording this. I've actually played it already. I had a quick go last night. That's an arena wave-based rogue-like shooter mech game. Did I miss anything?
Everything you said was right. With cooperative, well, two players can play the game.
Yeah, I cannot wait to start playing that with the wider world. I'm gonna be live streaming that, or I will have live streamed that at this point. And that I had so much fun in that, and it's another one of those games that where you play it, you die early-ish, but you get better and better and better as you move on. The progression of that, it's so fun. You guys are publishing this game, right? There was, yeah. So I certainly do recommend that people do check that out as well. The game itself is absolutely
The art
stunning.
style
It
is
is,
great. The
yeah,
art style, I love the art style. It's kind of like a cell
yeah.
setting, a little bit like a Borderland-ish, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Not like exactly like Borderlands, but it has like that vibe a little bit.
Does, yeah. I was absolutely blown away, and it looks so crisp and lovely on the Quest 3. Just playing that last night, it was a great experience as well.
It's also PSVR 2. The PSVR 2 isn't getting like many games nowadays, sadly. But so it's a good thing for all the PSVR 2 users that they are getting like some new games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's cross-platform as well, isn't it? I think I saw that it was cross-platform.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. Steam and PlayStation, and it is cross-platform, so you can play if you have a friend that is on PlayStation, you're on Steam, you can totally play together as well, which is awesome.
Yeah, I think Victor is available and should be available because then again, we are recording this before release. So if we had any issue with the platform or how this is, maybe we are talking like, oh, it's in PSVR 2, but we had any like a QA issue and it's not in PSVR 2. That's a different thing. But this will be in PSVR 2, Steam, and Quest App Lab.
Oh, right, okay. It's also coming, so native Quest.
Yeah. It's gonna be first on App Lab. This will be. Usually, it's like a platform, like because I know you have usually you get access to the build like a keys and everything faster with the Steam because of the operation system. We could talk about the QA creation system, like behind the curtain of the development. That's a different podcast. It will be too long. Many people from Meta, Sony, Steam will get angry at me for talking about the stuff I shouldn't. But yeah, big shots. Really fun game, and we have more things coming. Right now, you have like a Brazen Blades beta that's gonna be it's free, the open beta. One of the things that I want people to remember, you're gonna be able to unlock stuff during the open beta, and then you're gonna be able to carry out that to the final version, to the store version. So you unlock skins and everything during the open beta, and then once the game is out and you buy it, you are not gonna start from zero. You are gonna have your account and you're gonna keep your stuff, and that's cool.
That's good, yeah.
Plus, like
Yeah.
the campaign we are doing and everything, and it's gonna be a long one. The last open beta was 1 week only. We got very good feedback, but it wasn't enough. We want to keep updating the game. a lot during the open beta. We don't want to just throw the open beta and get feedback and it's like, okay, see you in some month. It's like, no, we want this to be alive, getting feedback every week. We're even rewarding. We have several campaigns for people who leave the feedback on the Discord server. So, I mean, it's an open beta, it's free, so there's absolutely zero reason not to play the game. Among
There
things
absolutely isn't.
that MyDearest is gonna bring in the following month that I can't talk yet, because we have to keep those press releases fresh for our guys in Upload VR, Road to VR. But in the following month, we're gonna have like because I really want to talk about that, but I can't. Nothing's coming.
That's certainly understandable, yeah. And we had a bit of a chat about this in the early days, and the plan is the plan still free to play when it's
Oh no, it's the price isn't fixed, but it's not gonna be like a free to play. It's not gonna be like a too expensive, obviously, because it's a multiplayer game. But yeah, the open beta is free, but the game once it goes to the store, it's not gonna be free.
Yeah.
So, like, it's gonna be like a premium game.
yeah.
That's something
Actually,
I want to get clear because I don't want people who
Yeah.
plays the open beta for free for 2, 3, 4 months, whatever, and then all of a sudden they get mad because they have to pay like, I don't know, like $20, 25, 30, I don't know.
you don't want to follow
Yeah.
on
I
Space.
want to.
You don't want to follow on
I
Space
want to know.
Junkies. Space Junkies was terrible for that.
It was a
The
shame.
beta
It
was
a
massive.
shame.
Did really well on the beta and then came out at like £45 or £40 or something, and no one. Everyone's like, "That's not buying that for that price."
Yeah, and that's also one of the things people can leave the feedback about. It's like it's not gonna be free because I have to say it would be awesome to have the game for free and everybody just playing the game for free. But it's really hard to.
Yeah.
And it's like
It's
it's like
finding a
money
sustainable business model that works, isn't it? And
if you make a game free to play, then you're gonna have like in-app monetization extremely aggressive.
yeah,
And that's
that's
what
it.
you get
Your battle pass and skins and
even battle pass. It's gonna be like we don't want to make the game like pay
no.
to win. Like it happens a lot in mobile. We have many people at the company that work in mobile, like Gacha games. They are free to play, and then the monetization system is so aggressive with the pay to win. That sucks. Even if you have a good game,
Yeah.
because it's free, you have to make people to pay a lot for the game.
Yeah.
And even if you want to make a good game and you love the game, you can't because it's like you have to monetize everything and it sucks. So that's why it's not going to be free to play at the beginning because we don't want to have that pay to win aspect in the game. That sucks in every single game. Every single game that is pay to win sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's you take that shortcut and then the players, they're depriving themselves of the joy of actually enjoying the game because they're just like, yeah, no, I just dumped a load of cash into this and became a god. But then also it just unbalances everything for everybody else. And one of the themes here has been balance and
I've seen that in so many games, like when even in successful games. Then again, mobile, but it happens in PC, it happens in all platforms. Even successful games at the beginning, and it's like, oh, it's not pay to win, it's a free to play, but it's not pay to win. That's because they have like many people coming. It's a price game. They're gonna have that peak at the beginning, like many users, and they're gonna they're gonna monetize the game, and that's gonna be fine for the first 6 months. But after that, you're gonna have like a lower user base, but you have like more assets, you have like the servers and everything. You still need to monetize the game because it's free. And then the not pay to win game becomes pay to win, and everybody who loved playing the game casually, and all of a sudden you get like the new characters are OP, the old characters suck, and you have to pay or you can't win. We don't want that. We want
Yeah.
people to enjoy that kind of game. If that means, I mean, some people it's not gonna be fine, like paying like a, like 20, $25 or whatever. Like, that's fine, but we don't want there to be like the version place to become like a toxic pay-to-win game.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. It's good to know that all of this is very much at the front of the mind of the team, and all of this is certainly you are making a wonderful community game here, and I just that excites me so much to know that that's a thing. So
Yeah.
that's really great.
As you mentioned, the open beta is free, so when it's on there, go and give it a try. Like,
Yeah.
It's available now by all accounts when this
Yeah.
is going live.
It's
Available now. Steam,
Steam
Apple
and AppLab. And this is something annoying because we have like a coming soon on MetaQuest. So if you look for Brazen Blaze on the Quest, you might see the front store, and it's like, oh, it's not available. It is on AppLab. Then again, you can check the website, brazenblade.com, and you can come to Discord, you can check Steam, and there are so many ways to find the link.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and Paul and I is probably spamming links in the chat right now anyway, so
Nice.
you'll be able to just click on those and watch it and join the game. I seem to remember there was so you can sign up for an account, a My Dearest account.
Yeah. So so that's how we are keeping the data for the final version. That's a way. So you can play as a guest, but you are not gonna get like all the progress saved. If you create an account, then you're gonna have the progress saved, and you're gonna be able to carry over that progress to the final version because it's on our side. So we are gonna know who you are once you buy the game, when you play the game, and you're gonna be able to keep everything, all your skins and all your everything. And we also added, we integrated Discord, so you can create an account with Discord.
Oh, cool. And
So
does that mean then
it's way faster?
If I'm at home and I like to play using my PC, so I'm play. Then I go away, and I've got it on the Quest. Presumably that means then I can just pick up my character where I left off from the PC because it's all your side. So wherever I log in, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm playing my same character. I'm still contributing towards my own progress there. So that's another fantastic thing that I do like. I'm going to break one of the massive community rules. I'm going to throw shade at Walkabout Mini Golf. I have Walkabout Mini Golf on about 3 different platforms, and I have various levels of progress on different platforms, and it drives me insane that I have to find the balls on every single
You want
one
me to
of them.
tell them something directly? I mean, I'm connected. I can just tell them directly. The guys.
Yeah, I've because I started playing it on the Quest, I want to say, and then I wanted to play it on my index, so I was reviving the game using the cross-buy version on Meta on the Oculus Store, and then the revive stopped working, but I still wanted to continue to use the index. So then I bought it on Steam, and I'm like, I have to do all of the progress again and again and again, and it just yeah. But I'm not gonna have that problem with Brazen Blaze, which is great.
I work about the mini golf is an amazing game.
I do love the game. Like I really do. I've got all of the DLCs, and it's a very fun and social game.
I have to say that the team is amazing. They're extremely helpful and active in the dev community. When someone has an issue, they're always just answering, sending help, sending advice. Really nice people. They're awesome.
I mean, I can't think of many people in the community that have got a bad thing to say about the game or the My Coconut. Like they're doing everything right, and that's what we were saying earlier. You make a great game, and it's just going to rise to the top.
Yeah,
they didn't do anything overly special, but what they did was make a very good game.
Yeah, that's I mean there are two rules to sell a game. One, listen to the people who's gonna play the game. Listen to the people who's gonna buy your game. And two, make a freaking good game.
Yeah, that's it.
My game isn't selling. Maybe because you didn't listen to the user, or maybe because your game isn't so good.
That's
So,
it. And there are good games that have been they've done all the right things, but then the wrong community got a hold of it.
yeah.
What was that? Oh, there was one game that just the community went. Was it Grapple Tournament?
Grapple tournament, yeah.
Oh, which one? Which one?
It became synonymous with like a toxic community, and everyone just walked away from it.
Yeah, I think it was Grapple tournament, yeah.
Yeah. Which was a shame because it was a great concept, great execution. But if you don't moderate the community, you're gonna end up just in a,
But then
a
again,
poor place.
that's also like a part of the listen to your players. You're making, you have a community, you have to listen to the community, and people is complaining that you have like some toxic people. You have to react to that. You can't be like, oh, that's fine. They are still what people is playing the game, so it doesn't matter. They are also like players. Okay, no, your players, your community is telling you this is getting toxic. Do something. If you don't listen, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a flat game. I can't remember what it was, and the way to progress was if you got positive votes from the community. So the more people that said, "Yeah, I dig playing with this person," you got more XP for that match.
Oh.
And then the people that didn't like the people that were toxic had to grind so much harder than the nice people that
I
it just
think
kind
I
of
heard
pushed them
about
out of the
that.
game.
I think I heard about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
got
I
it.
think that's a genius idea. Like, I think it's
But
fantastic to.
that can become really toxic too.
Yeah.
Because people can
Yeah,
just witch hunt. We don't like this guy. They can be like extremely toxic. Let's just imagine like all the time you get like some horrible people in the server, and it's like, oh, we don't like LGBTQ people, and they just vote down all the LGBTQ people or people of color or something like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
It can become really, really toxic.
It's such a. I do not envy you. I really don't envy you on that fine tightrope, like dental floss thin tightrope that you were going to have to walk. But so far from what I've seen, you're doing a pretty damn good
I'm
job.
pretty glad.
So.
I'm pretty glad with our community. They are good guys, and I'm even enjoy when we get like some toxic player because I'm not afraid of bad people. If you're a horrible person, oh, you're gonna get the hammer.
Yeah, but you have
No,
the
but buy your
gloves.
game. Like, yeah, don't buy the, I don't want you buy my game, horrible person.
You have the power of the gloves, though. Am I ever going to get a chance to wear those gloves? Because that glove just looks awesome.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to
smile at
spoil.
that one.
I don't want
Okay,
to spoil.
fair enough.
I'll send you. Let's talk in the DMs.
Fair enough. Yes. I'm hoping that because naturally you are pretty much the other side of the world at this point. But I'm hoping that our paths do cross again sometime in the not too distant future. Because it was fantastic sort of catching up and meeting you at EGX 22, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 22.
Yeah.
It was yesterday.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in Japan for a long time now while development. But once the game get released and the press release is out, I mean, of course, we'll have the season and everything, but I'm gonna be more available. I'm gonna be able to go to events and all that. I mean, games gonna be there. I have to. I want to.
Yeah.
I need my beers.
That's it. That's the thing. I went to EGX. I think I played 2 games and then spent 3 days just talking to friends and developers, and that's what that's all about for me.
It's like the location is perfect. You have a pub just next to the venue, like 1 minute walking. like even if you are working at the band, it's like, okay, we are done. You get out the venue, and it's like a 1 minute, and everybody's at the.
It's just
at the
there,
steps.
just down the
Wow,
steps, and there's
yeah.
everybody there. Yeah. Which,
Yeah.
providing the weather's good, at least everybody can get outside. All of the people trying to cram inside of that building could get a bit crazy.
Yeah, well, that's harder. I mean, at the end of the day, it's London, so.
Yeah, well, this is true. Yeah, I'm a small town guy, so a venue that crowded is just a nightmare for me. But cities, I suppose, it's understandable.
Don't camp to the Gamescom. We need to see area.
I say the little pubs and pubs near venues is a good idea. Blake said a bad idea. I remember sort of VR, but we're going to see the Killers in Sheffield, and across from Sheffield Arena is that tiny little pub, and it was just everyone who was going to the arena was trying to go in that pub.
You went to that pub?
Yeah.
That's like a tiny little living room of a house just outside of the. I suppose it's the. Oh, there's plenty of other pubs around. There's a couple of other pubs, but yeah, that one. I think I know which one you're on about.
Yeah, it's just like a house inside, and then we've got like the conservatory at the back, and you were like sort of shoulder to shoulder with people. Like if you need to go to the toilet quickly, it'd probably just be best to wet yourself because you're not getting through. Because you have to like, there's no wiggle room at all. Then... Yeah, it's like Jesus.
Yeah. That's it's one of those things, but I think I can't wait to get back into the swing of things. I think actually 2 days prior, no, a few days prior, this Saturday just gone, I've literally just been at one of these game shows at WASD in London as well. So hopefully I've got a chance to meet more people. Maybe we're about to talk about that shortly. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I had hope that we get nominated for some awards with Racing Blaze to have the excuse to visit several countries. That would be awesome.
We're campaigning right now. That's it. Brazen Blaze for
whatever. I only want to be nominated. We don't have to win. I just want to pay. I mean,
you just want to go to the shows and smile on the red carpet and be like, I don't see why he wouldn't.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain if we win some award. But just the nomination. That would be nice.
It's nice to be brought up, isn't it?
A nice suit and everything. Having a few drinks. And just charging all the expenses to the company.
But I'll do my best to try and get you nominated for an award, and then you can fly me out, and I'll stand there and smile with you.
Yeah.
Once you get nominated,
I'll send you a replica of the gauntlets.
I would wear them like an any chance I got, I would totally wear those. I would struggle not to punch people, but I could show restraint if it meant I got to wear them, so that's fine.
You can punch people with them. You're gonna get them broken, but you can punch people. Don't punch people in real life.
No,
you can do that in VR. That's why we have VR. Don't punch people.
Yes.
In real life.
Don't punch
Play
people.
Racing Blaze and punch people in VR and shoot them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cut them with the katana and
fulfillment.
You can punch them out of the atmosphere. You can't do that in real life.
No. Unless you're an astronaut.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, we won't take up any more time. I'm sure you're busy.
It has been an absolute joy. It is always a joy when we get to sit and chat.
Thank you for inviting me. I love that.
Yep. So
we usually just like a chat at the end, Discord and everything. So I really love to be able to talk with you guys directly.
Yeah.
Hearing your voices, angelic voices.
I don't think anyone from the north of England's ever been called angelic.
Well, I mean, there is literally a gigantic angel of the north.
Yeah, but it doesn't talk.
Well, no.
If it talked, it wouldn't be an angel anymore.
But no, it has been an absolute fantastic chat having you here. Anything else you want to shout out? So we've got the Brazen Blaze open beta, which is available right now. Check the links in the description and in the chat. The Big Shot, which is available now, Steam, App Lab, and PSVR 2. Not forgetting about the gem that is the PSVR 2. Anything else? What about your Twitter? Where can people find you?
I don't talk about VR a lot on my Twitter account. I use yeah, you can find me on Twitter because I'm not gonna call that X ever. No, it's I guess I mean if you look for like Alberto Moreno, Brazen Blade, you're gonna find me, or you can just @mark AHODONO. That's my handle, unless I tell you someday. You can follow me on Twitter, where I talk about 20% of VR, 80% of shitposting and weird stuff. Baldur's Gate 3 and X-Men 97. That. And also for Brazen Blade, please join the Discord server because we want the feedback. Even if you only play like once and you hated the game, knowing why you hated the game, it's important. So join Discord, write the comment. If you want to hang around, that would be amazing. If you just want to tell us why you hated the game and then leave, that's perfectly fine. But if you love the game, if you hate the game, anything, we want to hear all the opinions. Yes, let us know.
So again, as with the links to all the pages, we'll also put a link to the Discord.
Oh, we also have a
chat as
TikTok
well.
account, by the way. We have a TikTok account where sometimes I dance because.
Oh, now that I need to see. I definitely need to see that. We
yeah.
got just before we started recording, we got a glimpse of your background.
And you know the worst thing about it, it's like because we don't know how to use TikTok. We don't understand TikTok, so
I'm too old for TikTok, me.
We are trying everything, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna dance because I didn't want to, and that was that performed quite decently. So I guess they're gonna make me dance more. Yay! 41 years old guy dancing on TikTok. Yeah.
It's when they start asking you to dress up and do it, that's when you've got to worry.
Yeah, you could get dressed up as Britney Spears, I suppose, and start dancing to Jack Black singing "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time."
Oh no, I would sing "Toxic" because that's a way better song. "Toxic" by Britney Spears, one of the best songs ever. I love it.
Wasn't that about somebody like very public? I can't remember who that song was about. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Britney Spears.
Yeah.
That's a different podcast. Invite me to that one because I love talking about Britney Spears.
Okay, the new Britney cast coming soon, right here at the VR realm.
I mean, she's going a bit mental. Anyway, we're not talking about Rennie. So yeah, thanks again for joining us. It's greatly appreciated you taking the time out your day.
Thank you guys for.
But it's a pleasure.
Thanks.
Have a nice day.